Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nonso Clara Mngwe. I'm the founder of Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency and the founder of Ngosi Talk Show. So today I will be talking about the 6 disciplines of love. So the 6 disciplines of love. What do I mean by the 6 disciplines of love? We all want that deeper love. We want to discover how to relate ourselves and how to actually enjoy that love that comes from within so we can share with our spouse. We basically, when you love yourself from within, that means you are ready to love another person at a deeper level. Your love and understanding of yourself, it will actually help you to plant love that can grow and flourish in your life, and you can enjoy that love. It's a level, it's a whole level, a whole new level of awareness when you understand the disciplines of love. But we all make mistakes, so it's important to forgive yourself and learn from them. If you know that you have made mistakes, I'm not being rude, guys. I just need to share the video. When you know that you have made mistakes in life, and you don't have to actually be too hard on yourself. Some people make mistakes in life, but what they do is they blame themselves. They blame on themselves and they stay on that environment of blame. I should have known better. I shouldn't have done this. So how are you able to, if you were born to know how to love, how are you able to learn? So these are the mistakes that we make, that we blame ourselves, but no one is born with know-it-all. We all have to go through challenges in life, and when you go through challenges in life, is when you actually is when you actually start learning, and when you start actually disciplining yourself, and when you start understanding what is love. How can you love yourself better? How can you actually be the person that you want to be? How can you enjoy? You start learning so many things so you can be that person. So the first discipline of love, I'm going to talk about unconditional love. Unconditional love is the love that does not keep record of right or wrongs. So when people enter a relationship, they expect somebody to be perfect. When they book the wrong restaurant, when they book or they make mistakes, it has to be written in their heart. When they make another mistakes again, they have to be reminded of, you did this last time. But what people don't understand is actually when you love someone unconditional, you have to accept them with their mistakes. You have to understand that this person is never going to be perfect. You have to learn to plant the seeds of love that comes from within, that comes from a higher power, with a higher purpose connections in that relationship at a deeper level. You have to learn to set boundaries in a relationship. When you set boundaries, yes, you have to. When you set boundaries, when you say no, no means no. When you say yes, yes means yes. And when you say yes, yes doesn't have a complete sentence. When you say no, no does not have a complete sentence. When I'm talking about unconditional love, it's not all about your spouse, it's also about the family as well, and your friends. It's about the cycle, the tribe that you are surrounded by, which is family, friends, or businesses. When you say no, if you love unconditional and that person accepts you for who you are, when you say no to them, you don't need to explain why you are saying no. You don't need to explain to yourself. But some people, they struggle with that. We all, I've been there as well. I've struggled with saying no to people. I feel that when I say no to someone, that means I'm being horrible. I didn't know that when I say no to someone, that means I'm loving that person unconditional, and I'm able to actually it means I love you unconditional, and I'm not going to actually pretend to be something that I'm not. So I struggled saying no for a very, very long time in my life. Then when you give your relationship, when you give yourself some time to just be happy, when you learn to make yourself happy through hard times, or through happy times, whatever you call it, but you have to allow yourself. Then give your relationship. If you learn to be happy yourself, but in that relationship, when you enter a relationship or when you are in a relationship, then you give that relationship the happiness that it needs. It means I love you through hard times. It means I love you through sickness. It means I love you with your imperfection. It means my excellence doesn't mean that you have to love me with my excellence. You have to love me when I make mistakes. Can you love me if I can't give you what you want? In that day, can you love me? Can you still love me? Unconditional means you have to ask your spouse, you have to ask yourself, can you love your spouse, or your spouse, can they love you when you can give them what they want? Can they love you with your mistakes? Can they love you when you put on weight? Or do they just want to look at you and or do they just like how your body basically when you put on weight? Because like right now is Christmas. Some people have been just eating and put on just a little bit of weight. But would you love your spouse if they put on weight? Can you love me when I put on weight? Can you love me on the days when I feel insecure? There are some days where we had, sometimes you can have bad days where you feel insecure. Can you love my darker side, my bad wolf side? Nadia call it a bad wolf. Can you love my bad wolf side, my darker side? Everyone has a darker side in them. Can you love my truth? If you are my spouse or a family member or a family or a friend or a business person, can you love my truth? Sometimes we get into a relationship with the intentions to change our spouse. You meet this person, you ask them the things that they like to do, you ask their values, their beliefs, and you know that their values, their beliefs, they don't go with yours. But you tell yourself that anyway, I'm gonna enter this relationship hoping that they will change for you, hoping that you will change them. When that doesn't happen, it becomes a disappointment. then the other person will want out. But in the beginning, you knew that you were getting into a relationship with the wrong person. You enter a relationship, your spouse, they smoke, they drink, maybe they take drugs, maybe they do so many things. And then you give them an ultimatum. If you quit smoking, I'll marry you or I will love you. If you quit drinking, I'll love you or I'm out. Or I love you if. I will be with you if. You see, listen to this. I love you if. I'll be with you if. You will have my support if. That's a blackmail. A relationship has principles, but it doesn't have to have the blackmail. It doesn't have to have all this if, this if. That means that relationship in the first place, it was never meant to happen. It had a relationship, it has principles. But if, or if you don't do this, I will, that's no longer love. Unconditional love means you are willing to love me without strings attached. So are you willing to offer your spouse that love them freely without expecting anything in return? Are you willing to accept them for who they are? And forgive yourself and forgive them. Unconditional love, it means you enter my spirit, the spirit of love, and get to know your lover very well. And you accept them for who they are, because this is what you entered a relationship knowing. When you meet somebody, there are questions that you have to ask. And there are questions that you have to ask yourself. And then there is an agreement. Two hearts have to agree that they accept each other. Not with the mind of, I am going to change this person. When you basically enter a relationship, you enter a relationship through acceptance, because you are accepting this person saying, I'm gonna be with you, and I accept you for who you are. I accept your mistakes. They tell you who they are, and you agree with them, your beliefs, your values. You don't accept them hoping that you are going to change them, because you can't change them. You can't change anyone. So the number two, the discipline number two is the discipline of courage. So the discipline of courage, it means you have the courage to talk about the challenges that you are facing in your relationship. You have the courage to ask for help if you need help in that relationship. You have the courage to actually express yourself, express your admiration, your affection, and gratitude. Affection and gratitude is an amazing thing when you can express yourself. Sometimes the word love is just a word that comes with part of that becomes part of it. Sometimes someone can just express that word because they feel that they are expected to say it, say, I love you, without a meaning of it. But when someone says, I love you, I'm fond of you, I admire you, the person you are, and they are grateful that you are part of their lives. Sometimes some people find a reason to have the courage in that relationship. You don't have to find a reason. When you love unconditional, that courage, it comes natural. It's an attitude that comes with you. Courage can be two things. It can be an attitude or it can be a circumstance. Some people can use courage in two things: circumstances, or through attitude. So you can express your courage, your attitude by showing your spouse how much they mean to you. Love does not exist in the air. People say love is in the air. If love is in the air, I will be grasping everything. Love comes from within. It's not in the air. It does not exist. When someone says love is in the air, in the air where? So how can I draw it out? Love comes from within. It's something that lives within you. It's self-love, basically. It is not in the air. It's the love that you give somebody else. When you meet someone, it doesn't have to say, oh, when I met this person, this is how I felt. You have to feel that every day. You have to feel it because it comes from within. When you kiss your lover, it has to have a meaning. Not it used to be like this, but now it is different. It's different because you're not making an effort. It's different because maybe there's some unforgiveness that you need to forgive yourself or you need to forgive the other person. It's not love is in the air. If love is in the air, we can all have it. We can all have the same love. So that's what love is about, is having the courage not to, when you start a business, they say, what's your why? But with love is different. There's no why, because that love is natural. We love because that's who we are. When you love someone, when you have courage to love, that means this is who you are. You actually fulfill your purpose because you have the courage to actually get to know your purpose. Then you have the courage to fulfill that purpose. When you have the courage to love in that relationship, that means it's self-love. It begins with self-love, not it begins with love in the air. It begins with self-love. Then you are able to actually share that love with your lover or with your family. And that is a long-term a love that can last for eternity. Can have the courage to love you and put you first. Just because you are in a relationship, it doesn't mean that you have to focus on the other person. For you to actually be able to love someone, you have to be able to have the courage to love you, so you can actually love the other person. When you love yourself, that energy will draw the other person to actually want to love you more, because they know that you actually love yourself, and You love yourself for who you are as a person. And then number 3 is the discipline of humility. Put your lover first in your relationship, because you already love yourself. You have the knowledge and the understanding of what is self-love, and you have accepted you for who you are as a person. So you already know yourself, you already know your character. So in that relationship, truly it's about the other person. When you enter a relationship, you want to share that love by entering the spirit of love, showing compassion and sympathy. Because when you enter the spirit of love, that means, okay, I now understand what love is. So I'm entering the spirit of love, and I'm getting to know this person that I want to love. And you get to know them. They tell you their past, what they've been through. If they've been through challenges in life, you relate to them, to their world. You enter their world, which is the spirit of love. You relate to them, and then you sympathize with them. You can't love someone if there is no sympathy in them. Sympathy, it means my mind is connecting with you. I get you. You connect with that person. Then after sympathizing, you connect with them. There's got to be a connection. You've got to celebrate that connection with your spouse. Your mind has to be on the same page. You might think differently, but it doesn't mean you have to think the same thing, but you are on the same page. You understand that we are two different people. It's okay to be different, but we are connected. Being in full accord and of one mind, building a good foundation together, doing nothing from selfishness, ambition, or conceit. No thinking that you are better than the other person. Some people enter a relationship, they put their spouse down because they think they are better than them, and that is not a connection. But when you connect with someone that is two mind, basically they are connected together. You're not looking into your own interest, but on the others, on somebody else as well, that you are allowing them to enter your life. And the foundation of that relationship will be built. You have a good foundation that is built based on two connections, not one separate connections. People enter a relationship, but they don't actually connect with each other. The connection is separate. You have to learn to connect. The connection has to be connected. If you both connected to each other, and that means that relationship will build a good foundation, because you understand that I've entered someone else's world and we are different. We are two different people. We share values, we share beliefs, we share similar interest. There's no way that you can find someone where both of you share the same interest. You get up in the morning, they love this, they love that, and you both love the same thing. It will be boring. So you understand that you have similar interest, not same, similar interest. You share values, you share same beliefs. You want this. You want to build your life based on same beliefs and same values. You want to have kids. They want to have kids. You don't want to have kids. They don't want to have kids. And when it comes to religion, some people seem to think that you actually have to find a man who is religious or a woman who is religious. I don't think so. The reason why I personally don't think so is some people, those who say they're religious, but actually they're not religious because they focus on the obsession of control. The people who are religious, I am religious, but I don't control no one. But some people, they control, they're control freaks. They're religious and hiding behind the Bible. So when you are religious, okay, you have to find somebody who is open to join you, or who is open, or who doesn't mind you going to church. Because when you say, I want somebody who is religious, like I am religious, people hide behind the Bible, you will be surprised how many people who are not religious, but who will enter the heaven. And those who are saying they're religious, they will not enter the kingdom of God because they're judgmental. Your husband might not be, you might have to, they might have to, they might not be religious. It doesn't mean that if somebody says, I don't mind getting married to somebody who is religious, but it doesn't mean that I've said you have to force me to go to church. You have to be somebody that does not mind, and it's not that person who wants to drag somebody and say, I'm a Christian and I'm going to drag you out. You're going to come with me and I'm going to change you to become a Christian. No, it doesn't work like that. So what I'm saying is, there are some Christians who hide behind the Bible. If you look at it nowadays, Christians are going to prison because they hide behind the Bible. So you might as well and pray to God and say, God, give me a good husband, give me a good wife. And the other one is the discipline of love, abundance. If you don't understand how special you are and how much, how special you are, and you don't understand how to love yourself, you cannot give true love to anyone to a deeper level. If you don't understand the meaning of love abundance, love yourself first. Practice makes perfect. When you look at yourself in front of the mirror and telling yourself, I love you. No, sir, I love you. No one is telling you this. When you look at in front of the mirror, you tell yourself, I love you. Even if the days where I don't feel happy, I still have to get up in the morning and tell myself that, no, sir, I love you. It's a decision, it's a choice. Being happy is a decision and it is a choice. You have to accept you. You have to love you. And that can help you unlock unconditional love and happiness when you learn to accept you. When you decide that you are going to be happy, you are going to meditate. For those who believe in meditation, I believe in prayer and meditation. You can meditate, pray your way to unlock unconditional love and accept you for who you are. And unlock that happiness, unconditional love. Learn to love yourself and accept yourself. Then loving others will come natural, more natural. Allow yourself to receive what you deserve. We don't get what we want in life, but we get what we deserve. Allow yourself to receive that. In order to unlock the abundance of love within, you have to allow yourself to face your fears. I have my own fears in life, but I have allowed myself to face those fears and to feel them and embrace them and realize the things that are holding me back in life and let them go. There's so many things that were holding me back in life, and focus on what is important, which is everyone has their own different things that they value as important in life. Learn to determine what you really, really want in life and accomplish it by disciplining yourself to actually work towards your goals, what you desire in life. Everyone has a purpose in life, but our fears, they hold us back. The love that we desire, the love that we want, sometimes our fears can hold us back enjoying that love that we want. And the last one is the desires of your heart. In order to, we are in this universe to love it, to love ourselves, and to love people that are in this universe. We are in this universe to ask for what we want. We can ask God or the universe, what do we want? And when we learn to ask the universe or God what we want, we can then ask. That will help us to ask what we want in our relationship. If you desire something, let your spouse know your desires. In order to hear someone, ask them what they desire or what they want. And be close to know what they are saying. In order to hear someone, you must be close enough to know what they are saying. If they are actually telling you their desires, you have to be close enough. That means you have to listen. Enter their world, your spouse's world. Get to know them. Sympathize with them. Sympathize with their world. Connect with them. Get to know your spouse, their triggers. What triggers them? And the last one is the discipline of compassion. You must never compare your relationship with anyone. Your relationship is special. As a love harmonist, I understand that people are different. What works for me, it will not work for you because we are different. It's the mind and the knowledge that will make your relationship work, your mindset, where you are with your mind and the knowledge that what you know about a relationship that will make your relationship work. When I speak today, you don't have to use don't have to use what worked for me. You can take some ideas. It's your mindset that will give you what you really, really want in your relationship. Don't betray your lover. When they tell you the things, their secret, their fears, it doesn't mean that you have to go and share them with your family members, with your friends. That's a betrayal. That is a betrayal. Your relationship belongs to you. and problems shouldn't be aired or shared in public. That is the discipline of compassion. You need to nurture your love. It needs to be protected. And an understanding is the key of the longevity of a healthy relationship. When you understand love and compassion, both these two words are two positive feelings that can help you make your relationship better. Some people, their spouse will come and tell them their fears, their secrets, and they feel that it is okay for them to share that secret with somebody else. And that is a betrayal. So I'm gonna leave you with this, guys. Life is a death sentence, and it will hit you when you least expect it. It's a death sentence. Life is a death sentence. You could be happy right now. You get up tomorrow, it's a different story. But you have to know how to actually plead your case. You have to know how to get up. What I'm saying is it's a death sentence. That means it can hit you and you fall. If you don't know how to get up, you won't get up. It will change everything. We get challenges on the journey of life. We can always learn from those challenges in life. Some people, they give up. But you know what? I learned to learn from the challenges that I face in life. I've gone through so many challenges in my life. And those challenges, I've learned so much from them. I've learned how to communicate my needs, how to communicate my pain in my relationship. And my relationship works because I've learned how to communicate my needs and my pain. And I've learned to accept the other person for who they are and embrace them and just enjoy being with that person. Not wanting them to be something that I want. Because if I become something that they want, I'll be miserable. But if I'm being me and respecting them and unrespecting the boundaries in relationship, if you have knowledge, if you have been given knowledge, you can now look at things differently and ask yourself more empowering questions. Questions change you. Questions, they build you. They help you to become who you want to be, because when you ask questions, you ask yourself deeper questions. And that means you want changes in your life. As we are facing 2021, I'm not a big fan of looking at life as a New Year resolution or 2021 or 2020. To me, 2021 is every day. 2020 is something that I live every day. I live my life every day wanting to improve. I don't live my life and by saying it is the end of the year, it is the new year, I've got to be different, I've got to change. I don't do that. I'm not a baby. I used to do that. I don't think if when I did it when I was young, actually, I don't think so. Because if you live your life based on the New Year resolution, then that means you create a New Year resolution, and then as the time goes by, 2 months or 2 weeks later, you're forgotten because it's that excitement. I like to celebrate my life every day. I play music, I get creative with my mind. And I know that life is a death sentence. I know that. I am aware of it. And I face it each and every day. The challenges that comes my way. I face that all the time because I am aware of that life is not that lovely dovely every single day. That life is exciting. It's exciting to breathe. It's a good thing to having to get up in the morning and have a shower and sing that song in the bath, even if it's out of tune in the shower. Sing the song, Amazing Grace. I sing Amazing Grace all the time. It is exciting. So if you are single and you're looking for love, you can go to our website www.hseia.com and fill out an application form. If you are based in South Africa, Kenya, Brazil, Europe, Zambia, you can fill out an application form, and after you fill out an application form, we'll assess your form and get in touch with you. If you are actually looking for love, if you're looking for love for really, not because of New Year resolution. New Year resolution spoils everything. You have to look for love because this is what you deserve. You feel that this is what I deserve, and I'm ready to actually find that love. You've already have true love within you. So you want to find that special person to share that love that you have. So you can go to our website and I'll get back to you. Or if you want to get in touch with Ghosty Talk Show, Ghosty Talk Show, we are here Monday to Friday, and you can get in touch with our speakers. And God bless you guys, and live with grace.